here at the Mohonk Mountain House Tulip Garden, celebrating the Tulip Festival virtually today. My name's Anna Conlan. I'm the Curator and Exhibitions Manager at the Dorsky Museum of Art at SUNY New Paltz. And I'm here with Ryan Cronin. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Anna. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Great to be here.
Yeah. So you and your art, for me, have become slightly synonymous with New Paltz. I see your art everywhere, whether it's public art on the side of buildings, your wonderful gallery on Water Street, on the bumper stickers of half of the cars in town. I really think that your practice has become, part of the visual identity of our town, of New Paltz. So I'm so excited that you're going to be in the Dorsky Museum's Hudson Valley Artists exhibition this year called New Folk. And I think it also is part of the reason why you collaborating with Mohonk Mountain House makes such sense. I wondered if you could talk to me a bit about the importance of community in your work and your work being out in the community,
right.
And maybe about why working with Mohonk was a fit for you.
To me, it's important for myself to reach the museum, gallery going audience, and an audience who doesn't really expect or seek out the experience of art. And it's important for me to reach that audience as well. So yeah, New Paltz is a small, creative community. And institutions like the Dorsky Museum and Mohonk Mountain House and Water Street Market and the gunks, the natural landscape, all attract a certain kind of person to this area. So it just makes sense and made sense for me to try to reach out to that audience and create some kind of dialogue, relationship, where they come to this area, possibly, take in the natural landscape, the beauty and all the other elements I just mentioned, but being able to reach that audience and have them take away some sort of idea about this area or who I am.
What you just mentioned about the importance of landscape, right? And all these different parts of our community and why people come to New Paltz. But then you said, take away an idea of this place, because in your practice, you don't represent things literally. No. You don't even necessarily do strictly representational art. There's always an element of abstraction and concept, right?
Yeah.
So I think what was interesting with this project, with the Tulip Festival, so you've got this offer of a collaboration, centered around this, beautiful flower in this amazing garden that we're sitting in now. But then how did you go about, interpreting that in your style? Because offering a traditional landscape, wouldn't necessarily make sense for you.
No. But this project was really fun for me. The idea of flowers, which I have approached in the past, so I think of like my first drawings as a child. We all have that desire to kind of create something we consider to be pretty, which usually we pull from the natural landscape,
right,
which could be flowers or trees or what have you. So to me, it was kind of a return to that playfulness as a young person, child, to just let it go. And, with the idea of repetition and the formal layout of my work, it's easy to see it as a landscape.
Yeah.
It's two-dimensional, but it has three-dimensional.
Yeah, the repetition of the tulip flowers reminds me in some of your other works of the geese or of the raindrops, this kind of, I won't want to say uniform, but balanced kind of repetition of forms. But then there is this kind of playfulness with it as well.
Right.
And I like that you're bringing in the idea of childhood and the kind of naivety of those kind of drawings as well.
But this piece was really fun too, because as I was working on it, it had this, you know, the tulips created like this crown. The crown sort of, just as I'm drawing these and painting these tulips, there was like this crown.
Yeah.
It's like I was understanding how formally each one has this crown quality, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of related to, it was just funny how I tied it into like this time. And then there's like this like bacterial, like if you look at it, it's like kind of like this floating, because it's not necessarily, I mean, we read them as tulips because of
the context,
or the title or what.
Yeah.
But you know, this like almost like bacterial quality to them, where they're just like floating.
Yeah.
You know?
I totally see that.
So, and how much is that was intentional and not?
Well, first of all, do you work on several pieces at once, or do you focus on one painting at a time or one artwork at a time?
Yeah, no, I'll approach, you know, a few pieces at once, you know, sort of bounce back and forth from one to the other.
So what was it like working on this painting during the lockdown?
You know, so flowers, right? So landscape sort of is such a joyful idea usually, right? So it kind of, and in a time of global pandemic where you could easily go to a dark place, it kind of was comforting and forced me to kind of see the positive and focus on the good, I guess, of what we're all going through. So yeah, you know, I mean, painting has always had a therapeutic, meditative quality for myself. So
yeah. And I think focusing on nature during this time as well, like regardless of what is going on with the humans in the world, these tulips came up and they're amazing and they're beautiful, and you know, the natural world, you know, continues.
Yeah.